Okay.
Here we go. Hey, it's Bortone. Welcome back to our Women Who Rock video series. And today we're talking with one of my longtime colleagues and friends, Kathleen Gage. Hi, Kathleen.
Hey, Lou. How are ya?
Good. We're on opposite sides of the country, but it's good to see you via video.
We are, but we're both energized because you had a great workout today. I had a great workout today. Life is good.
Yeah, no complaints. So
I'm rocking it.
Tell folks, I know what you do, obviously, but tell people who may not be familiar with you the kind of work you do and who you work with.
Okay, I would love to. And actually, my business is going through a transformation right now where I work primarily with entrepreneurs who want to gain a lot of visibility, and they do it through books, through speaking engagements, podcast shows. And recently I had a big epiphany about who do I really want to work with? And that's the beauty of running a business for as long as I have. It's been nearly 25 years, is that you go through these transformations and you can either stay stuck where you're at or you can move forward. Well, my moving forward is working with conscious entrepreneurs who are very compassionate to animals, people who are into health and fitness on some level. And I don't necessarily mean fitness instructors, but for example, I have one client who is a food intuitive. And it's all about being kind to your body. And so as I'm shifting in my own business, the type of clients that I really love working with are those who live in a space of compassion, yet they're rock stars in their own right, and they're out there making a difference in the world, however big that world may be.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know a lot of folks think, oh, can I be compassionate and still be a powerful and successful business person. And I know we've seen that a lot. So
absolutely,
we share our passion of rescue animals and stuff.
Yes.
I was around here somewhere. My little.
Where's your little guy?
He's around here somewhere. I get a little nervous when I don't see him for a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like, did he take off? And, actually in the last 6 months, we've lost two of our sweethearts. And one, Delaney, she actually was a superstar. She got some visibility. Yeah. And she was, I would say she was my heart dog. Out of all the animals I've ever had the opportunity to house, she was it for sure.
I know. I was hoping I could do something, and maybe I still can, with all the trouble they're having down on the West Coast with all the, a lot of the shelters had to.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing we did with that is we actually donated to a group called 911 Cowboys. Oh. And it's a group of real cowboys. These aren't the dress up on the weekend kind of guys, and cowgirls, where they actually go into situations like that, and they'll take the horses out. If there's dogs and cats, they help with that too. But they're not a nonprofit. And the guy said, we've never wanted to be, but we're moving in that direction. So we donated to them. We've been spreading the word. There's so much that needs to be done right now.
Yeah. Well, it's, and we're fortunate because we can kind of pick and choose how we spend our time and how we spend our free time.
Absolutely.
And one of the ways that I know I do that, and I think maybe you do too, is sort of clone myself by doing video, because sometimes that video is working for you even when you're off doing something else. And I know you're a pretty, early adopter of video, and
yes,
how you're, using it these days, if you're still using video, how you're using it.
I'm using it a lot. And as a matter of fact, before you and I hopped on the line, I shot a short video. I like the 3 to 5 minute videos where I have a thought and I want to share that thought. Yeah. And it actually had to do with somebody that they got some free videos from an expert. And the caveat to all of this was you had to watch each video within 24 hours or it would disappear. Yeah. Well, this woman was really upset that these videos weren't provided forever and ever and ever free. And so I hopped on my camera here and I just shot some thoughts around entitlement and what that means. And one of the things I know about video is that you want to always be ready for it. It's just like our conversation right now. You want to be ready for it. And you want to have a perspective and a point of view, because a lot of people try to be really neutral in the way they present their information. And what I have found is if you put your stake in the ground and you're willing to turn on the camera and share that opinion, you're going to have some people that you upset. That's okay, because they're not part of your community, or it might give them food for thought, and others who are going to come into your community.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're not rattling cages, then you're doing something wrong.
I think that's my life's work, is to rattle. That'd be a great name for a keynote topic. Rattle cages. I love it. I love it.
Sometimes my, politics, it can't help but slip into that stuff. And people are like, oh, you're going to lose followers. I'm like, fine. I'm okay with that because
Yeah, well, let me share a story about that. Several years ago, I actually hired a very high-end consultant to help me turn around some things in my business.
Mhm.
And I've been with my now wife for 29 years, a life partner for many years, now legally my wife.
Yep.
And one of the things that this consultant said is, she goes, you need to send out a message to your entire list. And the subject line was, I'm coming out. Then when they open it up, you say, oh, no, I did that years ago. What I'm coming out with is a new consulting package. And I'll tell you, I lost a lot of people on my list. And I thought, great, that if they can't deal with that, they can't deal with me. But I had other people who private messaged me and they said, thank you for sharing that. I have a brother who's gay. I have a sister who's gay, an aunt, an uncle, whatever it may be. And all of a sudden, it opened up a whole new level of communication with my market. And it's not that I lead with that all the time, but it is a part of who I am, just like animal rescue.
Right.
If people don't like animals, I don't want them as clients because we often talk about our animals. So, there's certain things that we have to be willing to honor the person that we are and quit hiding out. That's my big branding, is that you got to quit hiding out.
Yeah. And I think, fortunately we can do things like this and do video interviews and other videos that helps to, share our personalities a little bit more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's the thing. It's like, I'd rather have deeper connections with fewer people that I resonate with than a gazillion followers. So. And
I think that's the direction a lot of people are going. There was, when we first got involved in the internet, and we're going back 20 years, with which just shocks me. But when social media came along and it was all about how many friends you had and how many followers, bigger, 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 bigger. And sometimes bigger can be good, but the reality is that you can do very well with a small community of people who are raving fans, who absolutely love your information. Yeah. And those are the people that will invest over and over. They'll spend time with you. They'll tell their friends about you. So what I really encourage my clients to do is to look at, are you just going after numbers, or are you truly going after connection?
Right. Great point. I think that's a good point to end on. And how can people find you, contact you, reach you?
Thank you for asking. They can actually go to my website, Power Up for Profits, plural, powerupforprofits.com, and they can find me all over social media, Kathleen Gage.
Awesome. Good to talk to you. Always good to see you.
You too, Lou. Thanks.